Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we'll be doing something else. I will be giving the Jyotisha commentary to various materials. Today we'll be speaking about the boundaries from the book Set Boundaries and Find Peace by Nedra Glover Tawab, and definitely we are going here to more loose territory when we have to speculate and guess a bit more when we want to interpret some phenomena in astrological manner. And let me know in the comments what do you think about it, if you want me to explore it more, or you rather like the older formats when it comes to giving the rules, when it comes to this biographies, celebrities, or this how-to videos. Essentially, if we add the astrological commentary to this psychological things about the boundaries which are represented in this book, we are making it more personalized, just like Ayurveda is personalized medicine. So many people are not taking the full advantage of some kind of behavioral tips or tips about success because they are not tailored to their specific situation. We can see which specific tips are especially important and meaningful for you based on your individual circumstances in life. Based on this book, we are talking about 8 types of reaction when someone is setting the boundaries. We are talking about boundaries in the context of behavior with others, when it comes to respecting our needs, our requests, our dreams, our space, free time, and everything which is concerning us. So what are those 8 reactions? The first is the pushback, then we have this limit testing, ignoring, rationalizing and questioning, defensiveness, ghosting and the silent treatment, and the acceptance, which as you can assume is the correct or the best one. So as you may already know, what we are trying to do, we try to ascribe to each of these reactions some point in the chart, and then by analyzing our chart, we can make it more individual. We can benefit from this knowledge even more. So first I want to speak a little bit about them, and then we will try to connect them to Jyotish. First one is the pushback. One is just not agreeing, and this comes from the fear that the things will go now different, even if they will go better, because our mind is working in such a way that familiarity is sometimes more important than something which is objectively better for us. Therefore, based on that, many people are thriving in the toxic relationships or toxic situations with their friends or in the workplace because of this familiarity. So what we should do in such a way, we should make a signal that we have heard the reaction, but we have to restate the boundary, right? So we are not bending, we are just restating what we have said in the beginning. Then some people are limit testing. So when we are putting the boundary, they are seeing how much they can bend us. So they are proposing some other alternatives. And we know that the kids are doing that often. So what we should do, we should also notice and we should communicate that yes, we are observing that what you are doing is there. An important thing which is interesting is that we shouldn't give the long explanation here, we should keep it short, just to not be talked out of our initial boundary. So the next one is ignoring. Someone is just acting as if nothing happened. We are entering here the passive-aggressive strategies. In such situation, we need not be scared to restate the boundary if needed. And then we have rationalizing and questioning. So the person, because is already accustomed to some form of working with us or how we react, they may go to some past behaviors of us that, oh, you were already working in such a way or doing in such a way, why now is different? So also the important tip is not to explain yourself too much, because saying too much will put this back and forth negotiation. So just making it clear again is what you need to do. Of course, it's all very hard because if we are starting to setting boundaries, there will be this crippling feeling of guilt and sometimes even the fear that the things may go away. But what was interesting is that those short-term bad feeling, they will definitely are worth for improving the long-term situations with the people around you. Then we have also very often defensiveness. Maybe that is the most seen and most heard reaction when the people are making it all about them. Also, they can attack us, that we are the ones which are making the fence here. So their response is about them, not you. They are changing the whole narrative here. So what to do? You need to make it again about yourself. Talk about only one issue, don't go to the past issues, and use the words about your feeling, how you feel about the whole situation. And what is also important, you need to say something in that moment. I know that this can be hard, but you can also wait a little bit, but it's best when it is done as soon as possible. Then this has this stronger power. But even if you need to use another format like text, then it is always better than nothing. Then we have ghosting in dating scene, very much present. So this means someone is ending the communication without any explanation, just disappearing. So what you need to do is to send the text that you have noticed that behavior, also write how it makes you feel, and also remind yourself that it's not about you, it's about their interpretation of the situation. And we have some lighter version. This is the silent treatment. This is less extreme than ghosting, but it's still falling in that passive aggressive category. And the people in such modus, they are answering only with one word, so it is like real punishment, right? So what we need to do, we always need to verbalize that we are noticing this behavior, and we also can offer the feedback or repeat why we are setting that boundary. And the last one, the acceptance, this is in the shanti or peaceful modus, and this is the healthy way to react to the boundary. Of course, this can be complicated now if I will connect to my previous book about the strange rights, when we are going from the psychology territory to more socio-economic, or at least the social dynamics, because in some situation the things may be more toxic or more severe, or it can be harder to not push others and not to be pushed because of the, for example, limited resources in the workplace or in the family, or when you have a very strict financial situation. So all this may not be so easy, but it is important to attack the challenge from both sides, both socio-economic, to have the awareness that these factors also are playing a big role, and also about that psychological dynamics and the factors and what you can do about them. Okay guys, if you like this video so far, please don't forget to click the thumbs up. You are helping me with this algorithm to make it more visible on this platform, and you would like to be notified about similar videos coming up in the future. And definitely we will have a lot of Vedic astrology tutorials and also videos like this, so you don't want to miss them. So subscribe if you are into Vedic astrology. And now let's go back to this video. So before jumping straight to them with the Jyotisha explanation, let's have some middle ground here. So we have a half-done work here made by the Shastric support. Shastras are these Indian ancient texts. And there we have division of the planets related to the tactics, how they work, and they are based on the guna and tattva. So Shastra is already making that bridge. So first we have this very broad concept, and then we have this middle ground. And we can connect them to even more practical ways, and in this ways we can make them more useful. So these strategies are divided in the following manners. We have Sun and Mars, and they are ruling the punishing strategy because they are in the fiery nature. Then we have also two malefic, Saturn and Rahu. They are all about the Bheda, which is the manipulation or some form of politics. We have Mercury and Venus in Rajoguna. They are all about the compliments and gifts. We have Jupiter and Moon, which is the Shanti strategy, which is all about the peace and making the agreeable, we could say, deals, right? So the agreeable people, higher level of agreeableness, we have this Jupiter and Moon. So the first one, the pushback, was like the attack, right? This is like Mars and Sun. The person is feeling attacked and is also attacking. It's not agreeing to the new situation. Limit testing, which is very much about the bit of manipulation. So this is in that Saturn Rahu category. Same with ignoring and the ghosting and the silent treatment. This is all forms of manipulation. Now with rationalizing and questioning, I would say this is a mix of the Vayu, Rahu, Saturn, and Sun, Mars of the attack. Defensiveness, definitely like the first one, is very much Sun and Mars. This is fiery, the attack based. We can even say that this has some weak Sun component, because the weak Sun is making one insecure, and often the defensiveness has to do with that. One thing more, the limit testing may have some components of Rajas, Mercury, Venus, because it's like kind of giving you some options, right? So maybe I can give you this when you will give me that. So this is form of business, right? So this Mercury, Venus could be included in that type of transaction. And then we have the acceptance, which is the healthy reaction to setting the boundaries, and this is of course the Shanti, controlled by Moon and Jupiter. So even if we ascribe the planets, the houses, the yogas to specific tendencies or concepts, we need to know how to use it practically, and this can be more generalized or more specific depending on your expertise and mastery of Vedic astrology. So definitely the things to look will be the houses, the planets, and sometimes the specific divisional charts, which are called the Vargas. For example, we may get some information from the Rashi, which is the main chart, but the seriousness level will only be revealed by analyzing the Venkatesha Trimshamsa. And also here we are switching between the personality and the karma astrology, because the influence on the house will not only show our nature, but will also have to do a lot with the karmic input, the dynamics which is beyond us, beyond the subject, which can be totally separate from our nature. This is the biggest mistake of humanistic astrology, which is so popular on the social media like TikTok or Instagram, which is excluding that external or karmic aspect. Of course, we are making that distinction between the Rashi main chart and the Varga, like we say, for example, that the 7th house in the Rashi is how you are relating to relationship, the 7th house in the Navamsha is what you are eventually getting. But even in the Rashi, there will be many karmic influences there. Like we said, you cannot clap with the one hand. So among the houses, we need to see the 1st house for any form of cognitive condition. 4th and 5th will have a lot to do about your mind, especially the 4th house is for the anxiety. The 12th and the moon need to be analyzed for the psychological issues. And the 7th house, the Mercury, the TT will all have to do with that culture and type of interaction with others. Of course, there is much more to this on different level and the Vargas, but that will be that basic structure. Of course, the challenge here would be to translate the one system to the other, and sometimes their meaning are overlapping, but sometimes they are not there. For example, we have a specific approach to mental health given by ancient medicine texts like Charaka Samhita. But how this now connects to this behavior-based system, which are so popular now in that manner. We all agree about the levels of thoughts, feelings and behaviors, but the demarcation lines between these concepts are not so easy and straight. For example, we say that the Lagna is all about thinking and Moon is more about feeling, but if we see the basic root for this concept, it is related to the Linga Sharira, which is the subtle body, and then we have this D, which is intelligence, which is the ascendant, and we have this Manas, which is the mind. But we cannot say that there is no thinking in the mind, because we, for example, say that with the tool of intelligence, with the D, we can control our mind. So definitely the mind is the thinking space. So this is one example how the group of meanings, they are not so well contended by this language restrictions. Okay guys, so that's gonna be it for today. I hope you find this new format interesting and informative. Let me know in the comments. I really want to know if you like this type of content. If you get any value from this video, please click the thumbs up, subscribe for more goodies like this. Thanks for watching till the end and being here on this channel, and see you in the next one.